which is used to treat patients of trypanosomiasis, otherwise known as sleeping sickness. The donation from World Health Organization is valued at 116 million kwacha. Speaking when she made the donation, World Health Organization representative Dr. Nima Kimambo said the drug, according to research, has no side effects compared to the previous drug. More in this report by Beatrice Chuma.
The donation coincided with the commemoration of World Neglected Tropical Diseases, NTDs. WHO representative Dr. Nima Kimambo said by 2024, Malawi had eliminated 2 NTDs, which are lymphatic filariasis and trachoma. Speaking after the presentation of the drugs at Mwanza District Hospital, WHO Technical Officer for NTDs, Dr. Michael Kayange, said Malawi ranks the highest in Africa with cases of trypanosomiasis, also known as sleeping sickness. This is why it is the first beneficiary of the new drug.
We actually went through trial, and Malawi participated in the clinical trials. So it went through that stage, and this drug has been approved by WHO as safe for humans. And that's why we have to donate, and several other countries will be receiving this drug to start administering to their patients. So the drug, I can assure Malawians, as from WHO's point of view, that this drug is safe. Whoever is found with this illness, the sleeping sickness, should not be worried. We will be able to administer this drug, and they will be able to go through without issues.
Receiving the donation, Minister of Health Kumbize Kandodo Chiponda said government has put in place strategies to control and eliminate NTDs by 2030. Among them is the NTD Master Plan, which was launched last year.
WHO impresses upon member states, countries, to make sure that we still need to have interventions to make sure that really we get rid of them, like we have done with the trachoma. You know that we even got a certificate that now Malawi we are trachoma free. So this is what we're trying to do with a few of those conditions which are still around, like bilharzia, which is still a problem. So today we're doing that. So we are very grateful to World Health Organization because they have donated to us. This is a new drug which is there to address one of the conditions which we still have in the country. We have a few cases, but it's still there. So now they have developed a new medicine which is not yet available locally, but through World Health Organization they have made it possible for us to have the medication, and the medication is for treatment of trypanosomiasis.
Currently, Malawi is dealing with at least 10 NTDs, including bilharzia, sleeping sickness and leprosy that are common in Kota, Rumpi and Kasungu. In 2024, the country registered 16 sleeping sickness cases with 4 deaths. The donation is a dosage of 38 patients worth 116 million kwacha.
Government says the mining sector holds the key to economic transformation, revenue generation, forex exchange and jobs. Minister of Mining Kenzie Kalengoma made the remarks at the launch of the 20th Malawi Economic Monitor in Lilongwe. McDonald Chiwayula reports.
Speaking at the launch of the 20th edition of Malawi Economic Monitor by the World Bank, Minister of Mining Kenzie Kalengoma said the sector has potential, citing minerals like rutile and graphite as key revenue sources. He said the resources provide significant taxation opportunities, but the country should enhance its infrastructure and regulatory frameworks to maximize benefits. In his remarks, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Mining, Joseph Nkandawire, outlined steps the ministry is undertaking.
We have 4 companies that are at the stage where they will be doing either mining development or mining itself. The first one is Lotus, that will be mining uranium of Akairekera in Karonga. In terms of the action plan, the first drum of the yellow cake should be out by June. That means mining has started, and therefore we'll be looking for more in terms of mining and then revenues coming to government. Then we have Lindian Resources. We'll be mining what we call monazite, it's a rare earth component in Kangankunde. They'll start mining development by March. The equipment will be coming and they will start construction, then mining later on. Then there's Mawe. will be mining heavy mineral sands in Makanjira. The final one is the Mkango, like I said, Songwe, Palombe. They are doing what we call front-end engineering. So what I was trying to observe there is that as a ministry, we make sure that we go into mining this year.
Nkandawire acknowledged concerns over slow pace of mining development agreements, but clarified on the government's cautious approach.
We are in this trade as a newcomer, and that's why we call it our green field. Our colleagues, the investors who are with us now, and we are happy we signed the agreements, they have been in the trade for quite a while. And we really wanted to understand the financial models that they were using, the assumptions that we're using, and that's why I was saying there's usually a asymmetry of information. In terms of our mining and development agreement, you look at technical issues, the mineral itself, how you are going to dispose waste, and so on and so forth. Then there's the legal aspect, the law, how it is framed in the agreement, the provisions which are framed. If you approve a wrong provision, it may haunt you later on.
Meanwhile, the World Bank country manager for Malawi, Firas Rad, has urged Malawi to prioritize fiscal consolidation and expedite debt restructuring to restore macroeconomic stability. He said Malawi must address inflation and enhance economic governance, adding that mining can play a crucial role in the country's economic growth, but it requires a strong regulatory framework. McDonald Shwaila, MPC News, Lilongwe.
Political commentator Humphrey Mvula has commended President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera for ordering that military parades, political party dances and press briefings should not be taking place on the apron area of the airport during his flight departures and arrivals. Speaking to MBC, Mvula said these activities caused disruptions to airport operations, in the process causing inconveniences to passengers and airport operators. He explains.
I think in terms of standards and in terms of politics of the day, it is very, very important. Politics of the day, because this is possibly the first time from 1994 for a president, a sitting president, to say, look, I don't want crowds of security men, army people, politicians flooding the stadiums or flooding the airports. I think it endangers those that use airports. It contravenes some of the rules and regulations that surround usage of aerodromes, airports. So I think he has done well. I think it is a mark of seriousness, and it's a mark of a president who is able to observe standards. It's very difficult because you don't accept military people to actually see you off at the airport. It means you've taken a big chunk off what you think this is my power. So I think it is good. Even during the one-party state, Kamuzu never allowed people to go near, basically, to enter the aerodromes. That's why at every airport there's a specific small stadium where individuals would converge near that stadium, and when the president was going into to jump on the plane, it was only just him and the entourage that is escorting him to the plane, not politicians, not all ministers, not all security men, except those that are assigned to guard him.
Chairperson of Nation Advocacy Platform, NAP, Benedicto Kondowe, says the electricity agreement which President Chakwera signed at the Mission 300 Africa Energy Summit in Tanzania will help in achieving Malawi's aspirations of providing electricity to all communities in the country. Kondowe said through this agreement, Malawi will increase its electricity generation, which will enhance industrial capabilities that will grow the economy.
We know that electricity coverage is still low, so additional agreement that the President has signed would help to make sure that access to electricity is expanded in terms of reaching the bigger proportion of this country. And most importantly, it will help to ensure that we have sufficient supply of electricity, which is key for national development. Because because it means that the companies will not be affected with blackouts. So with increased production, it will also mean that the Malawi Revenue Authority will be able to collect more. And once more money is collected, then government will have resources to adequately provide goods and services. But most importantly, it will also help to increase productivity because electricity is a key factor in the production industry. So I think this will help, which in turn will also assist in ensuring that the living standards of Malawians improve.
This is MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. Malawi becomes the first country to benefit from a drug that treats sleeping sickness. Government describes the mining sector as key to the country's socio-economic transformation. And the Reserve Bank of Malawi maintains the policy rate at 26%. Welcome back. Secretary to President and Cabinet Colleen Zamba has called on the National Disaster Risk Management Committee to work within their mandate to fulfill government's duty to help those affected by natural disasters. Zamba, who is also the chairperson of the committee, was speaking during its first meeting in Lilongwe since its appointment by President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera to oversee the issue of disaster management. Mayesoji Kadzula has the details in this report.
Zamba said the issue of climate change needs great collaboration as it is a global issue. She said the meeting was organized to make sure the committee is energized by knowing its mandate following the Disaster Management Act. She said the Act allows all those calling for support to inform the Department of Disaster Management Affairs of what it is mobilizing to avoid channeling support to one area. She said the meeting has cleared the way for the committee to know its mandate.
This committee is a national committee looking at the disaster management. You may be aware that last year a new act of disaster risk management was enacted 2023. So in this act, we are stressing on preparedness, and it establishes committees, 3 levels, a national committee, then there's a district, and there's even area. So this committee is to help. It has some appointed members and a lot of also people from the ex-officio within government at PS level. So the whole idea is to support, coordinate, facilitate the work of disaster risk management.
For his part, one of the appointed members of the committee, Frank Changa, urged the citizenry to put volunteership first in supporting the affected so that people get the needed support during disasters.
What I've done for my entire life is volunteering, working, helping people. So here in Malawi, one thing I know for sure we can do through the DRM is to implement volunteer groups in every district. All the districts that we have, at least at the level, if at all, if possible, at the level of the chiefs, so that anything happens within their community, they have to be able to help each other without actually thinking get to be paid. First thing, think about volunteering.
The National Disaster Risk Management Committee was established to mobilize and coordinate various support during disasters. The committee comprises of members from various sectors of development. Mayesoji Kadzula, MBC News, Lilongwe.
The Monetary Policy Committee of the Reserve Bank of Malawi has again resolved to maintain the policy rate at 26%. This is the rate at which all interests are based on. Chairperson of the committee, who is the Reserve Bank Governor MacDonald Mafuta Mwale, announced the resolution after the MPC's first meeting of the year. Details in this report.
According to Mafuta Mwale, they are expecting this to help stabilize inflation and prices on the market. Their anticipation also resonates with an earlier World Bank projection that indicated that global food prices, which have been very high in the just ended year, will go down by at least 4% this year. Mafuta Mwale explains why they have arrived at this decision.
We decided to maintain the policy rate at 26%, largely because of what we are seeing in terms of the inflation outlook. Obviously, our monetary policy looks at the expected movements in the inflation rate, and we have very good indications that in 2025, inflation will moderate to lower levels compared to in 2024. So 25 is being seen as a better year than 2024 in terms of production. So at that point, that's why we hope that probably if that will be achieved, then there is going to be a room, or it will create that space for us to consider a drop in the policy rate. But as of now, we are looking in front to see what are the prospects. Is inflation likely to go up or go down in 2025? And the answer is it is likely to go down, looking at the productive capacity that is expected.
What the development means is that other economic fundamentals that are determined by the rate, such as interest, may not go up, resulting in an affordable cost of borrowing for the private sector. Edin Chimoyo, MBC News, Blantyre.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry has dismissed fears that sugar prices may go up due to the scarcity of the commodity on the market. Minister responsible, Sosthene Gwengwe, said this after touring some sugar production sites. Gwengwe said the country has over 80,000 metric tons of sugar supplies against the target of the country's monthly demand of 17,000 metric tons. Details in this report.
The assurance of stable sugar prices is coming after reports that some traders have begun hoarding the commodity to create an artificial shortage which may push up sugar prices. Whilst warning that such traders will be dealt with by the law, Gwengwe has assured the public that commodity prices will remain stable.
We'll be working very closely with Ilovo to make sure that nobody has the liberty to distort the sugar market, hoping that they can cash in like they did last year, and we'll come after them. We'll come after them because this is something of national interest, and we'll be protecting the public interest because sugar is a basic, essential commodity.
Interim Managing Director for Ilovo Sugar, Konrad Nsimuko, has attributed the stable sugar supplies to improvements in production, plus other measures.
The production for this year has been an upward trajectory from last year. So we have enough sugar for the domestic market. We would have preferred to have more for the export, but yeah, it's what we have and we'll work towards that.
Last year, sugar prices hit a record high of 4,000 kwacha and even 4,500 kwacha per 1 kg packet, due to the scarcity of the commodity, which was triggered by low production. Ilovo's interim managing director, Konrad Nsimuko, attributed last year's shortage to the impact of cyclones, which destroyed sugar plantations in Chikwawa. The recommended price for a packet of sugar from Ilovo currently stands at 2,600 kwacha per 1 kg pack. Trust Office, MBC News, Lilongwe.
And moving on to sports, the Football Association of Malawi FAM has reaffirmed its commitment to partner with former football players' body in its football transformation agenda. The football governing body made the remarks in Lilongwe during MedHealth Medical Cover Cards presentation to 25 members of the Football Legends Association. Details with our reporter, Foster Maulidi.
Football Association of Malawi First Vice President Madalitso Kuyera says former players are a critical aspect for the country's football development and there is a need to incorporate them in different programs. Kuyera says the football transformation agenda cannot be achieved if the legends are neglected.
As a football association, what we have done is to create a platform so that we can work together with the legends. Okay? All their fundraising initiatives will be part and parcel with them. Anything that they want to do, we are there to support it. Even when their counterparts came from Zambia, we made sure that we gave them technical assistance. So all I can say is that we are there to work with them, to support them, give them the platform, and make sure that they get the resources that they need so that this initiative should not die.
Vice Board Chairperson for the Football Legends Association, Noel Lipipa, says they are determined to continue complementing the country's football development agenda. Lipipa also appealed to the corporate world to partner with the legends. He says the association has a 40 million kwacha shortfall to put all its 130 registered members on medical cover, as only 55 members have been registered on the medical scheme and received their cards.
We are serious about covering the medical health of our legends, and we have just shown today our major challenge is that there are about 130 registered with the Football Legends Association, and we are only covering 55. So, like we said before, we are still calling sponsors to come and support us. We have lined up activities that we will conduct this year. What we are asking them is to support us during those particular events.
The Legends body used part of the revenue generated during a match against their Zambian counterparts to launch the medical scheme, with MedHealth as its partner to provide 100% medical cover. Foster Maulidi, MBC Sport.
Still with sports, Football Academy Mpira Mwatu MMM has announced a new gold sponsor, Dulux spent by Silcon Limited, on a 3-year deal valued at about 28.5 million kwacha. MMM founder and board chairperson Jimango Muntali says his organization will use part of the money to train local coaches and open more football academies. Muntali explains.
So this support is very crucial. I would say timely in terms of we've been nursing a very colorful dream, and this colorful dream has just been made a reality by this beautiful company, Dulux Silicon. We're looking at 4 key areas. The first one being equipment. We've been lacking when it comes to equipment for our soccer schools, and we have teams that are participating in different youth leagues for boys and girls, and we feel that it's an opportunity to upgrade our equipment to be able for us to participate in these competitions. The second part, we're looking at education. We are an organization that strongly believes in education, no football, no education. We feel that each and every young Malawian should be supported, and in this case we're looking at all the put into Mpira Mwatu as part of the soccer naturally. We are also supporting the education, and has just made that possible.
And Commercial Director for Dulux Paints by Silcon Limited, Lex Samsoya, could not hide her excitement to be part of the football development in the country.
We want them to cover as much as possible, like especially in areas there people don't go there, but there is talent there. So with this amount, we want to explore if we can go deep into the rural areas where we know that we'll get money from there. And apart from that, we want to see that our children are supported, especially those who are underprivileged.
And that's it for MBC News this afternoon. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. Malawi becomes the first country to benefit from a drug that treats sleeping sickness. Government describes the mining sector as key to the country's socio-economic transformation. And the Reserve Bank of Malawi maintains the policy rate at 26%. Follow our news on our digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen, or get the latest news by subscribing to SMS services by dialing *364#. You have been with me, Upile Kaisa. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.
From the 28th of January 2025, the new MBC experience begins on MBC TV1, and love for MBC2 on the go flourish. Get connected on the following new channels. On DSTV, MBC TV1 is on channel 268, MBC2 on the go is on channel 269, and on Go TV, MBC TV1 is on channel 15, MBC2 on the go channel 16. Enjoy.